Hey, did you pack for the trip? Mom said to prepare it. She said don't forget anything. I'm so excited about the trip. I took a week off for this trip.
I'm sorry, I haven't been able to prepare.
You haven't done it yet? We're leaving tomorrow morning. You're home all day. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. It seems like Megan's sick. I went to the hospital, so I didn't have time. It was just a cold.
A cold? For God's sake. What's gonna happen if I get a cold? I won't be able to go on the trip.
It can't be helped. Kids suddenly get sick. And the weather had been weird as well.
It's because you're not taking care of her properly. How can you let your child become sick? Especially before the family trip. You gotta be kidding me.
Don't say that.
Can you do something about it by tomorrow? I know we have medicine at home.
She's only 3 months old. I can't just give her medicine. The doctor said I just have to keep her calm.
What the fuck? What are we gonna do about tomorrow?
It would be great if you could postpone the trip.
What?
Because I can't take Megan with us. She's burning up. It's impossible.
Fuck you. We can't postpone the trip. Mom has been so excited about it as well. We can't cancel for such a stupid reason.
How can you say it's a stupid reason?
You know what? You don't have to come. You can stay home with Megan. I'll just go with my parents. That's all good.
What?
I'm just gonna go with my parents. You can just stay home and care for Megan while doing the housework. You complain about the trip I planned.
How can you say that? Is the trip more important than Megan, who is sick?
Nobody said that. You're so troublesome. I don't care. I'm gonna stay at my parents' house. I'll pack up my parents' house too. I'm not gonna go home until you can regret what you've done.
Hey, wait up. Ricky.
Beth, I heard what you said to Ricky. You couldn't pack for the trip. And you used your daughter as an excuse. Do better.
Mother-in-law, Megan suddenly started burning up. I wasn't used to taking her to the hospital.
Stop making excuses. How can you trouble your husband just because your child is sick? You have to get over it as a mom. How shitty are you? You make your child sick and you also interrupt your husband. You are a horrible mother and wife.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why Ricky married you. You can't even give birth to a boy.
How can you say that?
I wanted to go on this trip just with my family anyway. So it worked out fine. You can regret what you've done while you stay home. Goodbye.
Ricky, come back. Please come back. Please.
Stop annoying me with the notifications. Do you know I'm driving right now?
Megan's fever is really high. It's insane. And I think I also caught her cold, so I have a really high fever as well. My body is not functioning. What should I do? Please come back now.
You bitch. You're being so selfish.
What do you mean?
You didn't pack for the trip, and now you lie to me to make me come home? How much do you want to ruin our trip? Stop being a bitch. I stopped the car for nothing.
What are you talking about? It's not a lie. I do have a fever.
Either way, I'm not going back. It's your job to take care of Megan anyways. Just because you're sick. You still have to take care of your child. I'm busy taking care of Mom here.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. If you had just apologized, I would have let you join the trip. Because Dad is going to join us later on, so I would have asked him to pick you up. Stop interrupting our trip. I'm going to block you until you know what you've done.
Wait, Ricky. Wait a minute.
Have you thought about your actions? Because of your annoyingness, this trip was horrible in the beginning. Mom kept complaining about you. She got better though after enjoying the hot spring and sightseeing. If you're going to apologize, I will forgive you. Mom says she's going to forgive you this time as well. Just stop being so stubborn and call me or give me a text. If you do that, I'll take you on our next trip as well. Do you know about Dad? He's not here. Are you listening to me? You text now, and that's all you can say? How can you say that to your sick wife and her child? What do you mean you're going to forgive? You are such an embarrassing man. How dare you talk to me like that? You haven't regretted your actions. Stop acting like a bitch. You're the one acting big. Beth doesn't have to do anything. Beth? Wait a minute. Aren't you Beth? Who are you? I'm your father. What? Dad? Why? Where is Beth? I'm using her phone right now. She is not in a state where she can talk to you. She can't talk to me right now? What do you mean? You ask me why? Do you know what you've done? What do you mean? She is hospitalized right now, so is Megan. She's at the hospital? 3 days ago, I got a call from the hospital. They said they took Beth and Megan to the hospital. According to the paramedics, Beth had a very high fever and passed out. And Megan also looks very sick. Luckily, they aren't gonna die. But they are going to stay at the hospital for a few days. No way. Tell me where the hospital is. I'm on my way. You can't see your wife and kid anymore. Don't ever see them. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I read your text. She was asking you for help. But you prioritize a trip and were so mean to her. Well, it's normal for a mother to look after their kid even though they're sick. You're busy taking care of your mom? What do you mean? Holy shit! You are Beth's husband and Megan's father. How can you prioritize a trip with your own mother when your family is sick? You are not a man. Why can't you take care of someone else's daughter? And the woman who gave birth to your kid? Who the fuck do you think you are? Well, because I thought she was just being stubborn because we got into a fight. Even if she really had a fever, I don't know what to do even if I'm there. I thought she would be okay because she's strong. What the fuck are you saying? You can leave your family because you don't know what to do? You can't even take them to the hospital? What do you mean she's strong? She just gave birth 3 months ago. She's not used to raising the child yet and doesn't feel herself yet. And she can't go back to her parents' house, but she's trying her best. You are the one that's supposed to support her. But you use your own mother as an excuse to not take care of your family? How dare you? You are such a horrible person. How can you say that she is not fit to be a mother? I am embarrassed by the both of you. Dad, I have noticed you and Linda were mean to her. I thought you guys didn't value her. I should have warned you earlier. Wait, Dad. I'm going home now. Please tell me where the hospital is. I'm not gonna tell you where it is. You're going to stress her out. I asked her parents to come over. They're taking care of her. I'm gonna head over. Let's enjoy our last trip as a family. Hey, it's been a while. I heard you were out of the hospital. Are you free now? I want to talk.
Isn't there something you have to tell me before?
Well, I am so sorry. Dad came afterwards and was pissed at us. I'm so sorry I didn't value both of you. I'm sorry for leaving you even though you said you had a fever. I'm sorry to have you guys hospitalized.
Okay, your dad was mad at you.
Yes. He said that since I'm married, I should value you and Megan the most. He said it was unbelievable I said such mean things. I agree and I regret it. He was also mad at Mom for saying all those things to you. She was crying because Dad said that he wants a divorce.
I see. And?
Well, I regret my actions. So can you give me another chance? I will never devalue you guys ever again. I will prioritize both of you forever. So please. You're at your parents' home now, right? I'm gonna go pick you up.
Hey, Ricky, let's get a divorce.
What? Wait. What do you mean? Why would you say that? Why would you want a divorce? I said I would never do those things again. Please trust me.
Hey, Ricky, before any apology, I wanted you to ask how we were doing. If you have said any kind words to us, I thought I might give you a chance to reconcile.
What?
But you don't care about us. You just say that you regret your actions. You just want to feel good about getting my forgiveness. All you care about is yourself.
No, that's not it. I am worried about you. I was so worried.
But for the 3 days I was in the hospital, you didn't even come to visit. You didn't even text me.
I wanted to go to the hospital, but Dad didn't tell me. And I thought you wanted to rest while you were in the hospital, so I didn't text you.
If you really cared about us, you wouldn't have listened to your father. You would have begged him to tell you where we were. You were just waiting until we were out of the hospital. I wouldn't be able to do that if I were in your shoes. And you apologize over text. You don't even want to see me face to face. You don't even think it's better to call me. Stop making me feel like shit.
That's not true. I don't mean to do that. Stuff was going on with me as well. Let's talk about it.
Honestly, I don't think talking is going to do much good. I was trying to remember the past while I was in the hospital. You have been mean ever since we got married. You didn't care about me when I was pregnant or dealing with morning sickness. You were out drinking when my water broke. And you came to the hospital super drunk. You made me do all the housework and raising the kid. And you kept on bitching about me with your mom. This was just what made me want to divorce you. But I've been thinking that I can't stay married to you. Whatever you say, I'm not going to change my decision. It's useless.
Please don't say that. I'm sorry. I will apologize 1,000,000 times. I will help with Megan in the house. I will change.
It's impossible for you. You can't change for us. You still say that you're going to help us.
Wait a minute. I don't mean it. I will change.
I don't care. If you have anything to say, contact my lawyer. I left the divorce papers at home. Please sign it. Goodbye. After that, I blocked all of Ricky's contact information, and I sent him the contact information of my lawyer. Ricky came over to my house, but my parents and lawyer kicked him out. Due to that, I was able to rest very safely. I was able to get a divorce from him without hardly seeing him. I made him promise to pay me good alimony and child support. He has been complaining until the end and crying, but it was just annoying to me because I didn't love him anymore. After that, my ex-father-in-law also asked my ex-mother-in-law to get a divorce. They were about to go to court, but I told him the lawyer I used and they were able to get divorced. After that, my ex-mother-in-law doesn't go out anymore, and she's starting to get dementia, so Ricky is having a hard time. Now I'm back at my parents' house and they help me raise Megan. Sometimes my ex-father-in-law also comes by to see Megan and help out. They're also going to help me when I start working again. I have to do so much stuff until my maternity leave is over, but I'm going to try my best for Megan.
Ugh, this house is such a mess. Why do you never help out around the house, Austin? You live here too, you know? So why do you think it's okay to just leave it a dump? Have some pride, will you?
What are you on about, Mom? This place is spotless.
No, it's not. There's dirty dishes everywhere in the kitchen, not to mention the surfaces are covered in crumbs and food splodges.
Well, that's not my fault. I cleaned the kitchen from top to bottom. If there's anything dirty in there now, then it's Harley's.
Uh-huh, sure it is.
It is. I always help out around the house. I'm actually the only one to do any of the cleaning and tidying. You and Harley never do it.
Well, that's just not true. How can you speak to me like that? And how could you lie about your sister like that? She's always helping out and making sure that everything is as clean and tidy as possible. She's truly a little angel, she is. My perfect daughter.
Ugh, barf.
Stop being so rude. Maybe if you were more like her, then you'd have actually made something of your life by now.
What's that supposed to mean?
The only thing you do all day is sit in your room and doodle away on your paper. Where's the skill in that? I mean, who's going to want to pay for anything that you draw? It's all rubbish. It's not a real job at all.
Wow, tell me how you really feel.
I will tell you. You need to go get a real job so that you can start providing for this family. Forget about this drawing nonsense and go get an office job. That's what a good, self-respecting person would do, instead of freeloading off of their family.
I'm freeloading? I'm sorry, but have you met your daughter? Harley does absolutely nothing to help out around the house. She doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, and she certainly doesn't tidy up after herself. Not to mention the fact that, even though she has a job, she doesn't give you any money for rent and bills.
Oh, and I'm supposed to believe that you do give me money?
Yes, I give you $600 a month to live here.
Is that so?
Of course it is. So I don't know why you don't seem to believe me.
Oh, it's just funny, really.
What is?
Well, Harley said that you would say this. She told me the truth, though. How she gives you $600 a month for you to give to me so that you wouldn't feel like a failure. She obviously can't afford to give me any money because she's been giving it to you. She would risk my anger being directed at her simply so you could feel like you are helping me out. I bet you just wanted to try and have something to hold over my head so that I'd feel like I'd have to do whatever you want or believe whatever you say. Well, nice try, but it didn't work.
What are you talking about? I never took any money off of Harley. I earn all my money myself, and what I give you is out of my own pockets, because I want to help out however I can to make things easier on you. I knew it wouldn't be the easiest having me move back in for a little while, so I wanted to show you how much I appreciate it while I get back on my feet again.
Oh, please. Look, your lies aren't going to work on me. I know the truth now that Harley told me.
Why do you believe everything Harley tells you but refuse to believe anything I say?
Because Harley's my perfect girl. She would never lie to me. She's just that good of a daughter.
And I'm just a horrible son. Is that how you feel?
Look, sometimes things just don't work out in families. You're my son, but if I had to choose between you and Harley, then I'm sorry. I'd pick Harley every time.
Thanks for letting me know how little you value me.
I just think that it's time for you to move on with your life. Move out of my house and get yourself your own place.
Are you actually kicking me out? Like, is this for real?
Yes, I don't see what else to do to make you grow up.
So you're gonna make me move out of my childhood home, the place where I grew up, simply because you think that I don't help with the housework and chores?
Well, when you say it like that, you make me sound so petty. Besides, it's not just because you don't help out around the house. I want your room empty so I can convert it into an ensuite addition.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. An ensuite? You're kicking me out for an ensuite? How selfish can you get?
Me? Selfish? I beg your pardon?
Well, it's true. No loving and caring mother would kick their child out of the house simply so they could build themselves a new bathroom.
And no self-respecting and loving son would freeload off of his family simply so that he could doodle all day long in his room.
It's not doodling. How many times have I told you that I'm a graphic designer? I'm not doodling. I'm working hard with a number of different businesses and companies. I work a lot more than Harley. I mean, is she ever gonna aspire to become something more than just a part-time bar worker? She's even rubbish at that, often getting people's orders wrong.
You're such a horrible brother, bad-mouthing your sister like that. I want you out of my house as soon as possible. Do you understand?
You know what? Fine. But don't come crying to me when you realize what a mistake you've made.
I doubt that will happen.
Whatever. At least I'll finally be rid of you and your toxic ways.
I feel the same way.
Hey, Austin, I just heard about what happened between you and Mom. What a shame. If you couldn't tell, by the way, that was sarcasm. I know you're a bit slow sometimes.
No, I got it. I was just choosing to ignore you.
Ugh, talk about being rude.
What do you want, Harley?
Nothing, really. Just here to gloat about how you're being kicked out, and I'm not.
What a productive use of your time. Really, you've excelled yourself this time.
Whatever. You can try and be as smart alecky and sarcastic as you want, but at the end of the day, I'm the one staying at home. In a place I don't have to pay a single penny towards, and you're the one getting kicked out.
You say that like it's a bad thing, but I'm the one who won't have to deal with you or Mom anymore.
Try and act as uncaring as you want. It's not working. Don't you want to know why Mom suddenly wants you gone?
I'm gonna guess it has something to do with you.
So what if it does? I need your room because it's bigger than mine. My boyfriend wants to move in with me, and we need a bigger space to live.
Your boyfriend? Oh, you mean that low-life moron who's always at the bar you work at? The one who can't even hold down a job?
Don't talk about him like that. He's a good guy. He just needs a little bit of help to figure out what he wants to do in his life.
I'm sure.
It's true.
Okay, I'll humor you. If you wanted my bedroom, why not just ask? I could have moved into yours.
No you couldn't. I need my room for all of my clothes and stuff. It's going to be my wardrobe.
And does Mom know about this? Because she thinks she's turning my room into an ensuite.
Over my dead body she is. It doesn't matter anyway. I'll have her moved out of the house before long, and it'll be mine and Troy's.
His name's Troy? LOL.
Whatever. Just make sure you're moved out of my room ASAP. Troy wants to move in before the end of the month.
And we wouldn't want to upset Troy now, would we?
No, you wouldn't.
Hey, Ryan, could I ask a huge favor of you? Hey, Austin, what's the favor? Could I come and crash at your place for a little while? Just until I can sort myself out. My mom and my sister are kicking me out of the house. They're what? Why? Well, apparently I don't help out around the house or with the rent and bills. That's according to Mom anyway. My sister just wants me gone so she can move her trashy boyfriend in. What a lovely family you have. Tell me about it. So, would it be cool if I stayed over? I've already got a house viewing lined up, so it wouldn't be for long. Just until I can get all the finances sorted out. Yeah, of course. You're welcome here anytime. You know that. Thanks, mate. What are you gonna do about your mom and sister, though? You can't just let them get away with kicking you out like this. Don't worry, they're not getting off lightly.
Austin, sweetie, it's been a while. How are you settling into your new home? Maybe I could come visit sometime? What do you think?
What do you want, Mom?
Huh? What do you mean? Can't a mom just talk to her son and see how he's doing?
Yes, a mom can. You, not so much.
What's that mean?
You only ever act nice to me when you want something. You've never just messaged me to see how I'm doing. So, what do you want?
Well, maybe there's a reason why I never message, especially when you act like an ungrateful and sarcastic little brat.
Let me guess. You've only just realized that I was the one paying the bills, right? And now you've come crawling back to me to beg for some money.
I just need a little bit.
Knew it.
It's just, the month after you moved out, I realized that I hadn't gotten the usual $600, because Harley said that she lent you the money to give to me. I thought I'd just ask her for it. I mean, it's a lot to have 3 adults living in the house and using all the utilities.
Oh, right. Harley's boyfriend moved in.
Yeah. Well, when I asked her for the money, she confessed that she didn't actually have it and that you were the one giving me the money from your own wages instead.
I did try to tell you.
I can't afford all of the bills, and now Harley isn't even working.
Why not?
She got fired because her boyfriend started a fight at the bar with someone who was hitting on her.
Haha, lol.
It's not funny, Austin. We're in a really tight spot, and I heard that you were doing well. How is that, by the way? Did you finally get a proper job like I told you to?
Well, it turns out that people will pay a lot of money for my so-called doodling skills. I mean, when I lived with you, I was doing okay, but since moving out and not having to spend hours cleaning the house, I've had more time to grow my business. I'm earning quite a lot now.
So all that time you were actually doing a real job?
Yup.
Well, great. That just means that you can give me some money on a monthly basis for the house.
Nope.
What?
I'm not giving you anything. You treated me like rubbish the entire time that I lived with you. Always taking Harley's word over mine, and acting as if I was nothing but a freeloader. You even kicked me out. Just because you want my money now doesn't mean I've forgotten or forgiven you for what you did. You're not getting a penny out of me.
You ungrateful brat. I brought you into this world, so you owe me.
I owe you nothing. I didn't ask to be born, because if I had, I would have asked for a better mother.
Why,
You've made your bed now. It's time for you to lie in it. Don't try to contact me again, because I want nothing to do with you or Harley anymore. If you do, I'll just be sure to get a restraining order.
But...
Goodbye. Have a nice life. I know I will now that I'm rid of you toxic people. After cutting off my mom and sister, I felt much more free. It was like a horrible, toxic weight had been lifted from my shoulders. I continued to grow my graphic design business, and it became a huge success. I even started dating an amazing woman, and I think she might be the one. As for my mom and sister, the last I heard, they had to sell the house as they couldn't pay the bills. My mom moved away to try and start a new life somewhere else, and Harley ended up moving to a horrible, rundown apartment with her new boyfriend, Tristan. She really knows how to pick him.